Bruce Springsteen, all the work he's done for this campaign. Just like Jake, they tell the story of what our country is, but also what it should be and what it can be. And what we need to fight for. And I'm going to be flying with Bruce Springsteen on the last day that I'll ever campaign. That's not a bad way to bring it home. There are a few other people I want to thank before we get started. One of the toughest fighters on behalf of working families that I know, your Senator, Sharon Flowers in the house. Someone who will follow in his footsteps. If you send her to Congress, Joyce Beatty is here. Your Mayor, Michael Coleman, is here. And give it up for your former governor, and my friend Ted Strickland. Now, for the past week, all of us have been focused on what's been happening on the East Coast, and one of the worst storms of our lifetime. And as a nation, we've watched the harrowing images, and we've been heartbroken by those who've been lost. And I had a chance to visit New Jersey and talk to some of the families. Every day I'm on the phone with mayors and local officials. And what I've said to them, and I think Ohio, you'll agree with me when I say this, because I didn't just speak for me, I spoke for the country, is that we will be with them every step of the way on the hard road to recovery. Every step of the way. Because that's what we do as Americans. We will help them rebuild. And we'll carry on with a spirit that says, no matter how bad a storm is, no matter how tough times may get, we're all in this together. We rise or fall as one nation and as one people. That spirit has guided this country along its improbable journey for more than 2 centuries. It's carried us through the trials and tribulations of the last 4 years. In 2008, we were in the middle of 2 wars, the worst economic crisis since the Great Depression. Today, our businesses have created nearly 5.5 million new jobs. The American auto industry has come roaring back. Home values are on the rise. We're less dependent on foreign oil than any time in the last 20 years. Because of the service and sacrifice of our brave men and women in uniform. The war in Iraq is over. We've made real progress in Ohio, but the reason why we're here is because we've got more work to do. Our work is not yet done. As long as there is a single American who wants a job and can't find one, our work is not yet done. As long as there are families anywhere in Ohio, anywhere in the country, working harder but falling behind, we're not finished. As long as there's a child anywhere in this country who's languishing in poverty and barred from opportunity, our fight goes on. Our fight goes on, Ohio, because this nation cannot succeed without a growing, thriving middle class and moves and paths of opportunity for everybody who's willing to work hard to get into the middle class. Our fight goes on because America always does best when everybody gets a fair shot. Everybody gets a fair shot. Everybody plays by the same rules. That's what we believe. That's why you elected me in 2008, and that's why I'm running for a second term. Now, This is not just a choice between two candidates or two parties. It's a choice between two different visions of America. It's a choice between a return to the top-down economic policies that crashed our economy, or a vision that says we've got to build a strong foundation based on a strong and growing middle class, an opportunity for everybody, not just some. As Americans, we honor the strivers, the dreamers, the risk takers, the business people, the free enterprise system, the greatest engine of growth and prosperity the world's ever known. That's what we believe in. But we also know that our system, our economy, works best when everybody's participating, not just some. When everybody has a chance to get a great education. When everybody has a chance to learn the skills they need to compete. Our economy does best when we invest in the common enterprise of basic research to create new technologies and new industries and new jobs. We believe America's stronger when everybody can count on affordable health insurance. When everybody can count on Medicare and Social Security in their golden years. We think our markets work best, our economy works best when there's some rules in place to protect our kids from toxic dumping and pollution, to protect consumers from being taken advantage of by unscrupulous credit card companies or mortgage lenders. And you know, we also believe, by the way, there's some things Washington should not do. For example, we don't need a bunch of politicians trying to control healthcare decisions that women are perfectly capable of making. For 4 years, we had a president who shared these beliefs. His name was Bill Clinton. It's interesting, when he first came into office, his economic plan asked the wealthiest Americans to pay a little more so we could reduce our deficit and invest in the skills and ideas of our people. And at the time, the Republican Congress and a certain Senate candidate by the name of Mitt Romney folks can't hear you boo, but they can hear you vote. So anyway, this candidate, Mr. Romney, along with the Republican Congress, they all said, Bill Clinton's plan is terrible. It'll hurt the economy. It's going to kill jobs. Turns out their math was just as bad then as it is now. Because by the end of Bill Clinton's second term, America created 23 million new jobs. And incomes were up, and poverty was down, and our deficit had become a surplus. So we've tried our ideas and they work. How about the other guys' ideas? We tried those too. After Bill Clinton left office, the Republicans had a chance to try their ideas out. We tried giving big tax cuts to the wealthiest Americans. We tried giving insurance companies and oil companies and Wall Street a free license, do whatever you please. And we got falling incomes and record deficits and the slowest job growth in half a century, and it culminated in the worst financial crisis that we've ever seen in our lifetimes. So we've tried our ideas and they work. We've tried their ideas, they don't work. And this means this should be a pretty easy choice, but you know, you gotta give him credit. Governor Romney's a very talented salesman. And so, in this campaign, he's trying to repackage the old ideas that don't work and offer them up as change. He's trying to pretend that somehow these old ideas that did not work are new and will work this time. But here's the thing, Ohio, we know what change looks like. And what he's selling ain't it. Giving more power to the biggest banks is not change. Another $5 trillion tax cut favoring the wealthy, not change. Refusing to answer questions about the details of your policies until after the election, that's definitely not change. That's an old trick. Ruling out compromise by pledging to rubber stamp the Tea Party's agenda in Congress, not changing. Changing the facts when they're inconvenient to your campaign, that's definitely not changing. Now, that's why when you're making this choice, Ohio, you have to remember that this isn't just about policy, it's also about trust.